Oh, you do have the charts. You don't. I didn't know that you were going to put these in. So these are the total amount of times Harrison Barnes has handled the ball or been involved in pick and roll from this season.
Okay.
Um, if G has the other two, there was one for how often he boom right here. This is for the switch.
Okay.
How often the defense is playing switch, and then the last one is how often they're going underneath him. And so his total, go back to his total real quick. So his total itself, I'm gonna tell you now, right, is not as dense as the others totals. But again, it makes
Right.
sense. Like we were, looking at the map. So you can go ahead with his clips. Thank you, G. So right, so being effective, but not needing the ball. Go ahead, G. I'm just talking right now. So he's coming off of pause. So he's going to be coming off of this action right here.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Not necessarily ready to catch, but it's cool getting into a dribble.
Right. Right.
Not necessarily, I mean, to catch and shoot, but it's cool getting into a dribble. Got there, got a cool little pump, got into the gap, kicked it out. Right. I thought that was fine. If you're not going to come ready to pull, at least come ready to do something with it,
Right.
something effective,
Right.
and you made the right read. Um, go ahead. He's a little slithery too. Like he has a little bit of some getting to the rim here. So cool little jab, and then a little burst. Like I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's noticeable, if it's subtle or not. Play that one more time, G. Once he gets kind of in the hash or in the broken circle, he kind of just takes off. And I feel like I don't know that I've seen too much of that from him.
Right. Right. But
And I
I like
go ahead.
how he gets the ball and he
Mhm.
immediately squares up.
Yeah, triple threat, like or at least near triple threat.
Yep. Look
I'm
at
not
this.
shaky
So,
with it.
yep. Yep.
I'm not shaky. I'm not loose. I'm not, insecure. I'm
Right.
all right. I'm protected. Go ahead, go to the next one. So we're talking about getting to the basket. Now he doesn't have a bunch of ins and outs, shakes to his game, but he's going to give you like solid straight line drives,
Mm-hmm.
lowers his shoulder a little bit, um, and enough to absorb it. And again, makes a good read in there. And that's solid. These are solid things. And this is Houston. I believe that's what the court says. These are the Rockets. You can take that for what it's worth. But things that I think could be. I'm looking at all of these guys, right, and I'm saying, how do the things that they do well? How can they contribute
Mm-hmm.
over here?
Right.
Or would it be a plug and play, or would it be are they dynamic enough to where we can tweak some things around them? Harrison Barnes feels like a pretty decent plug and play guy, and that's not a bad thing. Um, Go ahead, and then the last couple are some defensive stuff. Um, and so this is what I like, and it's really, you'll notice kind of the difference when we get to Bradley Beal and Donovan
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell's defensive clips. Like the poise kind of in Andrew's feet. He's not
Yeah.
really reactive. He's not making a bunch of like what feels like quick chirping, like
Right.
feet motions. Like he's cool. He's poised. I'm down. I move with you, and then I contest. If you make the
Right.
shot, you make the shot. That's a great
Yep.
contest.
Yep. And the thing is,
Chico,
he thwarted it off the ability to get to the basket. So he didn't
yeah,
fall for that slight pump fake. He
right.
stayed down, kept his shoulders square, kept his feet in the good stance. And
Thank
that's
you.
what I like. I'm going to stay on you. If you make it, you make it.
That's good energy. That's good
Yep.
poise. That's not anxiousness on the floor. That's like, all right, I'm here. I'm just locking up. And that's, I don't
Right.
know if that's natural. I know that it's natural. I don't know if it's something that can be developed, but
Right.
technique certainly can. But just the kind of a natural instinct with that. You have the last one for Harry. Um,
Yeah, there was
and
no hopping.
yeah,
You know that little bunny hop.
yeah, none of
Yeah.
that. We're not raising up. Um, G might not have the last one for. It's not. Oh, okay. That's okay. It was a very similar possession, but he was guarding Brandon Ingram. Brandon was on the left wing, kind of gave him some sweep. Harrison stayed down, stayed with him, closed out really strong, really hard, high. Didn't foul though, right? Like didn't get his feet into my man's
Right.
landing space, and Brandon missed the shot. Plug and play guys who will defend, who will hit shots, who can put it on the bounce a little bit and make good reads out of it. I think is uh a finely suited Miami Heat player. What you think?
No, I definitely agree. He's he's a smart vet.
Yeah, and
And
he feels like a vet now, right? Like
yeah,
he's a vet. He's definitely a
yeah,
vet.
he's a smart vet. Is this
Yeah.
the play, G? Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah. A smart way. Go ahead.
I it's funny because he is literally the definition of what would be plug and play.
Yeah. Like you don't have to adjust a bunch. He fits into what you currently do.
And
And go ahead.
he fits the scheme
Hmm.
of what they can do defensively and offensively.
Hmm.
Um and cuz one of my biggest things is you have a point guard
Right.
who's going to handle the ball. He's
Mm.
not, I don't see Kyle being off ball all the time. Willing
Yeah.
to be off ball, willing to throw his
Right.
body. Like at some point, like, you want to keep him upright and healthy.
Right.
So he's
I,
going to
I
be
agree with you.
yeah, he's going to be on the ball making the decisions. So, for me, do you want to bring a guy in who's going to also pound the ball
Right.
when you already have Kyle, when you have Jimmy?
Right.
Then let's say you have Tyler. So you have three guys that are already ball dominant
Yeah.
and
Who
bring
already kind of feel like there's some squeezing happening
right,
amongst the ranks. So,
right.
we're talking about ball dominant a little bit, and let's get into it. We can go to our next guy here, G. And